is Akaya coming at you. Let me turn this down a little bit. I'm actually making a omelet today. Me and my hubby off today at work, so I decided to go ahead and make some breakfast. So I'll be making a omelet. I'll be having the I sent my husband to the store, so he actually got some different things, which is real cool because usually I get the ham steak and they have to cut it up, but he already got it diced up. It's by Smithfield. He also got some Mexican cheese. I told him to get some cheese. And we'll be using the tomato trinity already set up and already cut up. This time he got tomatoes. I usually get green peppers, so it's something different. That's why it's good to always send your husband to the store for different things, or somebody else, because he's always getting different things than you usually have. I'm also going to be making some mushrooms with it. You'll be needing some butter. You can use country crock. You can use, I can't believe it's not butter. You can use whatever you want. So you can't flip whatever I'm using to suit your needs, okay? So it don't have to be ham. It can be turkey or whatever you want. And you'll be needing some eggs. It all depends on how big your family is or how many eggs you usually do. But for me and my husband, I usually go ahead and make 4 eggs. I'm going to go ahead and get the eggs cracked out. And what I like to do, you guys, because you never want to, when you cracking your eggs, do not put it inside of whatever you're mixing up. Because one time I made a mistake and, let me turn this down a little more. One time I made a mistake and cracked it over what I was making, and it got shells all in it. It was so hard to get the shells out. So I always just use an extra cup to be able to get it out. And like I told you guys, I'm going to be using 4. And like I told you, if you watch my videos, you know I clean as I go. So what I'm going to do is when I'm off camera, I'm going to throw all these shells in the trash because there ain't no need to leave them inside of the container. And I'm going to clean up too. So it makes it so much easier when you do that. Okay, so go ahead and do that. And I'm going to wash my hands and wipe this off because a little bit of egg. And you don't want no salmonella poison jumping off. So make sure you're washing your hands. And I have a big bowl over here, and what I'm gonna do, you guys, I'm just gonna go ahead and just pour those eggs inside of that bowl, okay? And then I am going to go ahead and get the, I'm gonna go ahead and cook a little bit of the ham. I'm gonna cook a little bit of the tomatoes and this. I like to pre-cook my vegetables because I cannot stand, you guys, no hard vegetables. So the way I'm gonna cook my vegetables, I'm gonna actually use some Pam, or you can go to the dollar store and get you some spray Pam, or you also can use some grease. It just all depends on what you're cooking, but I'm just gonna spray the, you know what, no I'm not, I'm gonna put a little bit of oil, because every time I just spray when I'm doing vegetables, sometimes it don't it basically stick to the bottom, and you don't want that to happen. So let me go ahead and get everything all mixed up, get the stuff in here, and I'll come right back, okay you guys? So just put a little bit of salt and pepper in there. And when I'm doing eggs, I like to have a paper towel because that eggs can get all over the place, and you don't want that when you put your spoons and stuff down. Go ahead and add the cheese to the eggs. And you use your discretion on how much cheese you want inside of the eggs. But I put just a good bit in there, and then I just go ahead and again stir it up. So that can already be done. Okay, so just make sure you coat the skillet pretty good at the bottom when you're cooking the vegetables. Don't get crazy with the oil, but just make sure the skillet is coated good because you don't want it to burn. I'm gonna go ahead and put the mushroom. Actually, you know what? It's not even hot, so most definitely make sure it's hot before you put your vegetables and stuff in there. Okay, you guys, it's hot now. I hear it. So make sure, like I told you guys, you put it on when it's hot. You do not want to have the vegetables sitting in no grease. You know what? I think that's a little bit too much mushroom. Let me take some of it out. It's like I want a lot of mushroom, but not too much. So if that happens, just take it. Okay, there we go. That's the amount that I need. And then I just reuse the other mushrooms probably like later. I'm making some hamburgers. I'll supply you with a video of that because I think I got a video on how to make hamburgers. And I'll just use that mushroom for that. And you need a fork. I don't know why I'm using a spoon. So go ahead and use a fork. And have it on about like, my stove go from like high to like 6, 7, or 8. Have it about maybe like on 8. You should never be cooking on high, because if you're cooking on high, you're most definitely burning your stuff. I'm gonna let that kind of cook a little bit, and then I'm gonna put your other vegetables in, because mushrooms take longer to cook. Green peppers do too, but I only have a little bit of green peppers in there. There's more onion and tomatoes in that mix, so. And that's why it's always good just kind of change around. You know, if you're used to getting a certain thing, just try something new, because I'm not the type of person that like to try nothing new, but I've been trying for 2016. I said I'm gonna try new things. Okay, so that's cooked down pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and add, I'm gonna actually add all this mix, because that'll be good. That's a good amount for 4 eggs, because remember you guys, I said I'm making 4 eggs. Throw that over there. And it smells so good already, you guys. And I have not even added the like everything that's gonna be in here. So you guys, you have to try this recipe out. And just cook them. And then what I'm gonna do, you guys, like once this like pretty good, I ain't gonna like cook it forever, but just until it's nice and soft. Because once you put them eggs in there, you really ain't going to be doing a lot of cooking. So you just want to make sure everything is cooked down ahead of time. In my videos, you guys, when I'm making it, I like to make mine step by step, showing you what I'm doing, you know, and making sure I show you how to make real food, and you know that you can buy at your store. Because sometimes, like when you're watching cooking videos, that stuff you got to go to freaking, you know, different stores to get. But this you can just get at your local grocery store. So I'm gonna go ahead, you guys, and add the meat. And I'm gonna kind of eye it. You don't gotta add all that meat to it. It's all up to you. But I didn't want to add like too much meat. You don't want to overpower the omelet. Well, I guess some people like to overpower it. So it's up to you if you like to overpower your omelet with meat. Maybe I'll put a little more meat because I do got a lot of vegetables in there. So. And these slices is like the freaking best thing from sliced bread. I never even thought of buying sliced ham like this. So I'm so freaking happy he got the sliced ham. No, I didn't even have to slice it. So that made it go even quicker. Okay, so now that's cooked down real good, you guys. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to transfer this to a plate. Make sure it's a glass plate, not a paper plate. Because I work with paper plates too, but make sure it's a glass plate. I'm gonna clean up the skillet. I'm gonna clean it out, and then I'm going to put some butter in here so I can cook the eggs in here. Once I get the eggs in there, that's when I'm gonna add the rest of this stuff to the egg. So go ahead and separate it, and we are using as little skillets as possible. So that's why I'm just gonna go ahead and just clean up the skillet that I had, clean up my mess, and then I'll come back and do the egg. So go ahead and do that. Okay, so what I did was I went ahead and washed out the skillet. I'm going to put the skillet on, again, probably like about 8. You don't want it to cook too fast, but you don't want it to cook too slow. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to add some butter. Some people cook their eggs with grease, butter. Again, whatever suits your needs, that's what you use. But I like to use butter. I find mine don't burn when I use butter. And then if you use grease, sometimes it's too greasy. And I don't like no greasy eggs. And again, the good thing about transferring the meat and all that good stuff to one plate, you can be able to choose how much meat you want inside of your omelet. Because sometimes you can maybe overcook it. but this kind of give you the leverage to be able to decide. And the good thing about it too is you already cooked all the rest of the stuff, so it's pretty much already done versus it not being done. Then you gotta try to cook it and then cook the eggs and overcook it and stuff. So I'm just kind of just making sure it's spread all the way around the skillet. And like I said, the good thing about it is clean up as you go, so you won't have a whole bunch of stuff to clean up. I used the same skillet. All I did was just wash the skillet out. And sometimes when you cook, having stuff just like all over the place, it makes you just more just stressed. So if you got things nice and clean, it makes it a lot easier to cook. I think I need a little bit more butter. Let me add just a little bit of butter because you don't want your eggs to burn, but you don't want like too much butter though. Okay, so you hear that sounded nice and sizzling. So what I'm gonna do now, make sure your eggs is good and scrambled. I'm gonna go ahead and just lay my eggs right on there. Just pour it right in there. And like if I was scrambling the eggs, now I'd be kind of like doing a scrambling motion, but I'm making an omelet, so I'm not gonna scramble the eggs. I'm gonna just let it just sit right there and cook, because it's gonna be another consistency. And then I'm gonna lay my vegetables and stuff in the inside of it. Okay, you guys, so I let it cook down a little bit. I did put the toast on too, so make sure you got your toast on. Just kind of move it around and make sure it's not sticking to the skillet. And now it's not all the way cooked either. It's make sure you don't all the way cook it. I'm gonna lay these vegetables on there. Just kind of just put the vegetables where you want the vegetables, and make sure you lay the vegetables good so when you close it, it'll be easy to close, because you do have to close this kind of like, you know, when you make an omelet, you'll kind of close it. I'm just scooping, and like I said, this is all kind of different ways to make this, but this is the way that I like to make it, and it always come out good. And you want to make sure that you don't let the butter burn either. So I'm gonna go ahead, scoop that over, maybe add just a little bit more, kind of just like right in the middle. Okay, so now I'm gonna take that and just kind of just toss it over. Let's give it a good toss. And when you first time make your omelet, that toss might not be a good toss. Like this toss wasn't a good toss, but it's gonna still be good. And see, the good thing about it, like I told you guys, make sure you cook your vegetables and all that stuff, so I don't even gotta worry about overcooking this anymore. Okay, go ahead and put it down, because I hear it popping. I'm gonna go ahead and put it down like about on medium now. You don't want to pop yourself, because I'm telling you guys, getting popped ain't no joke. And it's smelling so good. And if it's, like I told you, if it's not a perfect, let me turn it down a little bit. If it's not a perfect turn, it's alright, because it's still going to taste just as good. Like sometimes I get a perfect turn and sometimes I don't. Okay, so that is pretty much almost done. So I'm going to get another plate. The toast is done also. Just make sure it's done. That is nice and done. And you can always take this extra stuff and reuse it. Like tomorrow, if you want to make another omelet, you most definitely can do that. And I like to kind of just cut my omelet. It's so much easier going ahead and cutting it than trying to work with the whole omelet at once. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and take this, plop her right there. Take that goodies, some goodies that's inside there, add that to whatever came out. Take her off the eye. So you see all that popping? You got to be careful. Add them toast. And there you go, you guys. You have a nice omelet. I'm going to get some more pictures. Try it out. Let me know how you guys like it. If you have any questions, let me know.